Hey everyone, today I want to discuss the concept known as hedonic adaptation and something which can have a significant impact on your personal finance or the quality of your life. So two psychologists by the name of Brickman and Campbell first introduced this concept in 1971 through their essay Hedonic Relativism and Planning the Good Society. So hedonic adaptation says that people always return to their baseline level of happiness irrespective of what happens to them. So let me explain. So say you decide to buy a smartphone which costs around rupees 30,000. So nowadays no cost EMI is available, so it even makes it even more easier. So you decide to go ahead and purchase it. So now you're really looking forward to receiving the package and you're really excited with this purchase, and you're generally thinking that this would elevate your level of happiness and make you happy overall. Now the phone comes, you carefully unbox it, apply a screen guard, put on a case and start using it. You show it to your friends and family with pride, and then after 2 or 3 weeks, it becomes absolutely normal to you. This is hedonic adaptation in action. So as per this concept, everyone has a baseline level of happiness, and it might vary from person to person, but irrespective of what happens in your life, it could be a very good event or it could be something bad. There could be a spike in that level of happiness. It might suddenly go up or go down, but after a point in time, it always returns back to that baseline level. Now, when you bought the phone, there was a spike in that level of happiness, but only to return back to that baseline level after around 2 or 3 weeks. So initially, before purchasing, you thought that buying the phone would bring you happiness, maybe from showing off, or maybe it's a status symbol or whatever it is, but it absolutely does not make any difference as far as staying happy is concerned. Now, as your disposable income increases, which is the income that is left over after meeting your needs and necessities, this trait starts becoming dangerous because you always have an inclination to buy something every other month, thinking that that might make you happy, or because of the excitement which you feel before you purchase something. But then it doesn't make any difference at all in the long term. And this is also the reason hedonic adaptation is also known as hedonic treadmill, because you keep repeating this behavior again and again, but it does not take you anywhere. Now, why this affects your personal finance and wealth is, if instead of paying those EMIs, if you had gone ahead and made the same investment in an SIP every month, that would have gone towards building something significant in the future. Now, investing in an SIP will also not affect your state of happiness at that particular point, but it goes towards building something which you can then use in the future that truly makes you happy. Now, I'm not telling you to invest all your money and not buy anything at all until you get old, but I'm telling you to be conscious with your spending and get out of this illusion of if I buy, I'll be happy. So what should you do to stay away from the trap of hedonic adaptation or hedonic treadmill? First and foremost, if you want to buy any product or avail any service, go ahead and ask yourself whether that particular product or service is solving any practical pain point in your life, and whether that problem can't be solved with something that you already have. If your answer to that question is no, then don't buy that product or avail that service. And number 2, focus on spending money on stuff that generates experiences for you. For example, traveling or going for movies or getting into adventure sports like skydiving or bungee jumping or whatever interests you. Because from research, it has been seen that generally there are 3 components which are necessary to achieve long-term sustainable happiness. Number 1 is growth. Number 2 is contributing to others people's lives in some way. And number 3 is having experiences for yourself. So prioritize towards spending on stuff that generates experiences for you rather than mindlessly spending on materialistic stuff. In fact, you can aim towards achieving all these 3 components of happiness, and that becomes a lot easier if you have money on your side. And that's why I said earlier, if you make investments on a monthly basis instead of spending on stuff, that will create a wealth for you after a point in time, which you can then utilize towards generating true happiness for you. So follow these 2 rules and avoid falling into the sneaky trap of hedonic adaptation, because you can never become truly happy and wealthy that way. To check out what's the difference between being rich and wealthy, go ahead and click here. And if you want to know more about the core satellite method of investing, go ahead and click here. That was it for this video, and until the next one, take care, see you, and bye-bye.